Do you really want to change your life? Stop waiting for motivation and start understanding how your mind works. You may ask why? It's because your mind is the one that is directing you. And if you really want to understand that, then you are in the right place. I am Fanek Hanjia. Welcome to day 4 of the 21-day Decode Your Mind challenge. So we are here to dive deeper into the intricacies of our mind. Well, for the past few days, we've been discussing about the reason why we are all not able to really achieve anything, about change, about transformation, and why most of the time it is because we rely on motivation, but motivation doesn't work. So we understood we have the subconscious mind that is running 95% of our action. When we want to change, we are going to rely on that instead. And today we will dive deeper on our reactions. If yesterday we understood that the reason why old habit and old reaction sticks is because there is the automatic reaction our brain is doing, well, today we will try to understand then exactly why even one small thing can make us react in that way, and exactly the process that is happening here. So stick with me till the end. And if this is the first time you're attending this live, click subscribe so that you get notification every time we go live. And you will know that yes, you are on this journey to transformation. Let's begin. All right. So today's topic is about why one small comment can ruin your whole day. We are going to discuss about that. And before, let me ask you something. Have you ever had a day like this? Everything is going well, you wake up wonderful, like normal, and then you went to work, or you did everything, the task that you were supposed to do, or you stayed home. All is well so far. Even by noon, you finished your work properly, everything is going smoothly. But suddenly, someone asks you and give you a feedback, or maybe said something. Or maybe suppose someone is looking at you strangely. Strangely, like maybe staring at you, or maybe they are usually smiling at you, and today they didn't do that, but they just look at you in a certain way. Maybe they said one sentence, like giving you a feedback. Like, yeah, maybe you can do it better. Or maybe during a meeting, someone ignored your idea by telling, okay, let's see, but let's do this first and then we'll see if we can try yours. And the problem is, it didn't stop there. That situation, that event stayed with you longer. 5 minutes after, you're still thinking about it. Why did that person look at me like that? Why did they told me that I have to improve? Why they ignored my idea? Not only 5 minutes after, maybe the whole night. Or maybe even the next day. You ended up thinking about that for a long time. And it was like you felt like that heavy sentence they said. It's like you are bringing it with you forever, for the next week altogether. Did it happen to you? If it already happened to you, put yes in the chat. Or you can say also, oh, I can relate a lot. It doesn't matter what the person said, it doesn't matter what they did, but just say if you can relate to any situation where you replayed one moment again and again and again. I just want to know that. So put it in the comment. And as you are answering that, this is the question. Was it really that one sentence that made you think about it? Was it really that small reaction from them? Or was there something else happening in your mind? Today's session is going to be the answer to that question. Yes, so maybe you've been burying a lot. So right now, I want you to imagine your brain like a beautiful library. Beautiful library. Full of books. What are all inside those books? Are your childhood memories. And not only memory, our brain doesn't store only the event as it is. It is also storing how we felt at that time. So, for example, during your childhood, someone said something to you. You will not remember only what they say or what happened, maybe the picture. You will also remember how you felt at that time. So, imagine having all of these books in your brain. Your brain is like a library. That is correct. So, as you are having that, your brain is actually trying to match every situation in your life to what already happened before. Yes, yes, indeed. What do I mean? For example, today's situation where that person was giving you feedback, your brain directly go to the library and said, let's check, is there any familiar situation that was already like this also? Let me check. Ah, yes, this. We've been rejected also the same way like that. So you are going to start to feel the same way. That memory will start to appear in your mind also with the feeling, everything. But the thing is, it's happening at a subconscious level. And don't get me wrong, in that library, there are also good memories where you felt happy with your family or with your friend. There is also some motivational stories that you lived. There is also encouraging. But some can be disappointing, some are painful. Both of them are all in that library. It's all there. And for every situation, the brain is just trying to match to make sure you know how to react, how to survive that situation. So, the present moment that happened today is just making you remember past event subconsciously. That's why most of today's situation looks bigger. Or that's why you feel like, why am I feeling that? It was just a comment. I know better. I know better. But now you know that is the reason. Everything. So if it's like there's 1 to 5 stories about that specific situation, that's why it's so heavy for you to bear right now. Because those stories are coming up on your head at the same time and it's heavy. I know how heavy it is. It is happening often. So today's situation is not why you're upset, is not the reason why you're upset. Today's situation is just a reminder. So why our mind is doing that? Yeah, today is just a reminder. As I mentioned, years ago, suppose, yes, this small boy has been told by the teacher, you are not enough or what you did was wrong. Then the parents also was telling why you are not doing this properly. Then it will remember today someone just told him at work, you could have done better, or maybe some feedback. Ah, maybe you need to arrange this. They will overthink it because it's like the small boy inside them is getting hurt again and they may feel small again. So that's the reason why. And it's like that feeling feels familiar. And our brain do that to save space and energy. It doesn't want to consider each situation that is happening to our life as new. Otherwise, there's a threat. It is a threat. Maybe if we don't act fast, maybe sometimes we will die. This is what our brain thinks, okay? It's not me who create that. This is our subconscious way of thinking. So it is doing that just for our own good. And it does this automatically. You don't choose which story my library is going to open today. You don't choose that. The brain will do it for you. Your subconscious mind will do it for you. And it simply happens. That's why two people can hear the same word but will have different reactions. Why? You may understand it by now. We all have different experiences. We all have different childhood. Yes, we all have different criticism from the past, some event in the past, some rejection, some loneliness that happened in the past that make us feel like today's situation is very difficult. So today's comment is just the tip of an iceberg. It's just the tip of the iceberg. Below the surface, there is a whole lot of stories that you don't know consciously. You don't decide to remember them consciously. Your brain just snap in a fraction of a second and all the books are open. So yes, maybe the boss is saying the same thing. You need to improve this area. One person believe, yes, wow, the boss really wants me to grow. And I want to grow. And then they will be very grateful. But one person receive the same exact word, you need to improve, and they will feel sad. Yeah, why they are not even accepting me? I knew I am always messing up. Each one of them. And so which one is right or wrong? It doesn't mean that the one who is happy notice better and they know better. Yeah, no, not at all. It's because each one of them has different experiences from the past. So, now then, by knowing that, what are we going to do today? Today, I'll be giving you a way out of that. Today, it's not about stopping your emotion. I'm not going to ask you from today onward, don't feel anything. Even if someone is trying to make you angry, just stay there and then hide your emotion. No, no. I'm not going to do that. And anyway, I'm not also asking, keep the book in the library, don't let it out. I'm also not going to say that because your brain is protecting you. That's how you're staying alive. So thank your brain for now. Just say, yes, thank you, brain. You can put that in the comment. Thank you for protecting me. Thank you for protecting me. Accept that first, because we are not here to let the brain stop from protecting us. We are here to guide it slowly, slowly. How? By asking the right question. So, throughout these 21 days, you are going to see and to understand what question to ask. Because when you ask questions, instead of reacting, you will become curious. And curiosity is the start of everything. When you are curious, you don't have time to judge the other person. When you are curious, you don't have time to blame yourself. So let's start with that curiosity. Let your brain wander into the world of curiosity. So let's not stop our emotion. That is not our goal. Instead, I want you to ask this when something make you upset next time, or when you feel like you have some anger starting, or maybe you start to feel like, why am I thinking too much about it, even 5 minutes, even 1 hour after the event, then this is what you're going to do. Don't ask, why did we do that? That is most of the time is happening to our mind the first time something upset. Why they are doing that to me? I didn't deserve that. Why is it even happening to me? Be curious. So the curiosity question here is, why did this affected me so much? Why did this affect me so much? And notice the difference. Suppose you are becoming upset right now, and if you say, why did they do that to me? How does it feel? Do you feel empowered, or do you feel like your emotions start to overpower you? But when you ask the question, why did this affect me so much? Just try to answer that question. I want you to think about one recent event in your life that made you upset. I want you to think about that right now. Think about it. And ask the question, why did this affect me so much? How do you feel? How do you feel right now as you ask that question instead of usually asking, why did they do that? Mm-hmm. Very good, very good. Put all the answer that is coming to your mind. You can have different answer, but as you notice, The first question looks outside, out of your control. The second question helps you understand yourself. So, are you here to always look outside, or do you want to take control of your life and understanding yourself better? If you are here to understand yourself better, put yes, I want to understand myself in the comment right now. And the thing is, when you ask that question next time, you don't have to have an answer immediately. Sometimes just asking the question is enough. You may ask why. Because by just asking the question, you pause. You pause. You don't react. You just give your brain some time to think. You let directly your conscious mind going over the subconscious reaction. So questioning makes the subconscious and subconscious mind interact with each other. Okay, let me think. If someone is telling you could have done better, instead of thinking, why am I getting frustrated right now? You see? You suddenly pause. You suddenly become aware of how you feel, of how you think usually in your day-to-day life. And that is powerful, believe me. Most of people go in their day-to-day life without even knowing what is happening to their brain. And will keep on reacting every time. And the 95% is just going for a toss. But let the 5% go in slightly at that moment just to give your subconscious mind time to pause. And so, it gives you time, it gives you curiosity. And so, this is what we are going to build, that curiosity, so that next time you don't judge yourself. And even so, I'm also not asking you to overthink, because some of you told me I ended up overthinking when I asked a question. When yesterday about the session, someone was telling me, wow, I start overthinking. No, don't overthink. Don't try to overanalyze the question. Just let it be. Just let it come naturally. Or just pause there. Simply notice. Like, imagine a child asking, do you think that the child really needs the answer at that time? No, right? They are just being curious. So it's like you become to that state of being curious again. And so, today's message is simple. Sometimes life is not hurting us as much as we think. All is happening in here. Sometimes one small moment simply wakes up all their feeling, all their memories, all their beliefs, all their rejections. And the moment you realize that, and I hope today's session you realized that, you stop blaming yourself, you stop blaming others. Tomorrow, we will go one step deeper. If today's comment is only the beginning, if today's word, today's someone's reaction is just the beginning, then what is then the real reason behind the strong reaction? Why it is so strong? Today we understand that it is opening old files in our brain, like our brain is also like a computer. So it's opening old file. But tomorrow we'll understand where does this old file comes from? Where do these old feelings come from? And so this is what we are going to do tomorrow. If today's session helped you understand yourself even 1% better, well, congratulations. 1% every day make you understand 100% in 100 days. We are going to slowly understand our brain, our life, so that you don't only react to your life, you become the main driver of your own mind. And so, I would like you to ask also to share this to someone that always say, why did I react like that? I don't even know what's happening. It can be a friend. You may help a family member. You may help them get out of that loop of overreacting, of always thinking and blaming themselves. Or if you know someone who is always blaming you also, send them this video. because it can help them understand it was never about you. It was never about them also. It was just a pattern that keeps on appearing. And so, if you can understand that, if you understood that yes, change is possible because I want to change my automatic reaction to one that I decide by just pausing and asking the right question, then can you imagine how wonderful the world will be with more person like you that went through this transformation? So like and subscribe and start to ask the right question from today. That's it for today. See you tomorrow for the next one. Stay curious, stay aware. That is the step to transformation. Fanekanjia here. See you. Bye for now.